Our governments are hypocrites, aren't they? First, it started off with the drinking. You couldn't have this amount, you couldn't have that amount. And then they upped the taxes on alcohol because it goes back to the government. Then it went on to smoking. You're not allowed to smoke in public places. Otherwise you get a fine. More money, more tax, goes back to the government. Then vaping came out. First it was harmless. Then they realised just how much money was to be made in vaping. Same thing as cannabis. Cannabis was associated with schizophrenia. Now, you can use cannabis so long as you buy it from the government or the pharmaceutical companies. When does the hypocrisy end? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a smoker and I don't like smoke around me. However, the government continues to be hypocrites. So the thing is, pharmaceutical companies are $1 trillion business. Alcohol consumption is about $660 billion a year, annually. So, if you're going to tell people that smoking is bad for you and it causes cancer, blah, 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 and then it becomes a burden on the hospitals, etc., but then you allow vaping, then you really need to take a step back and risk assess which is worse and why are you going through a pharmaceutical company in order to sell it or allow someone to access it through prescription. That's the issue I have.
From today, vapes are only able to be sold legally in a therapeutic setting. They're only able to be sold in a pharmacy after a conversation about smoking cessation or nicotine addiction with a qualified health professional. Vape stores, tobacconists, convenience stores that have been selling these things over the past several years are no longer able legally to do that. All governments, not just the Commonwealth Government, but all of the state and territory governments who have partnered with us in this reform process, all governments expect business to do the right thing and to comply with the law. We are deadly serious about these reforms because they are critically important to the health of young Australians. Penalties for non-compliance in these laws are very significant. Those out there who have been selling and supplying these vapes in vape stores or other retail settings, you need to stop. And if you don't stop, I want to assure you that you will be liable to very significant penalties with fines up to $2 million and jail time up to 7 years.